Saturday business talk. All right, so from the thumbnail, you know, trailer broke down. I snapped a leaf spring, another one cracked, so I decided to replace all four of them. Obviously, upgrading to the 2,500 pound leaf springs. These were 2,000 pound ones, and you can see from the picture. I'll add it here somewhere, probably at the end, that they're flattened. So this trailer, I got it since March 2018, so I've got about 20 miles. Yeah, about 26,000 miles on this trailer. So give or take, I'm probably maybe a 25 and some change. So, man, the base of this is being in business is expensive, and that's why you need to charge. You know, if you're an owner operator, I don't see how you can operate unless you have absolutely no overhead, like you're just a chuck in the truck kind of guy, below $50 an hour. Because I mean, granted, I did all this work myself to the leaf springs and all the safety chains, and I'll be doing the brakes and bearings here in a little bit. But I mean, you're probably looking at $1,000 in labor for all that, let alone if you're, let alone the parts cost. So you're probably 800 or so in labor, because it's not those are not too hard. But you gotta, every time I learned this right off the bat, every time you make some money, you save. Obviously you save money for taxes and everything, but you have a savings account for things like this. Your truck's gonna break down, maintenance, something happens, incidentals. If you have to, say, hire a cleaning company because you got drywall dust on something and you don't have the tools to clean it or properly, the customer, you can just literally just call somebody and just take it right out of the savings that you have. Every job you need to have like a oh crap fund. Every job needs to have a little extra on it just in case something does happen. You sock it away, not just for taxes, but absolutely for when something goes wrong, because something is going to go wrong. Whether it's your trailer breaking down, your truck breaking down, something happened on a job site where you gotta make it right with the customer. It's imperative to mark up your materials and charge accordingly. Absolutely, you need to charge accordingly. Charging a customer $40 an hour and you're there for 8 hours, it does good. Like, granted, if you're looking at just paying your bills, you're not thinking the long term, you're not thinking of savings, not thinking of what ifs, because it may not happen in that job. There's going to be a job where you incur a cost where you're either not going to make any money or lose money on a job because it's either taking you too long or you got to come out of pocket for something else. So I'll reference you guys back to that last year when I did that bathroom and flooring job, and I had to do it again. I had to pay somebody else to do it because the first guys I hired messed it up. That was $1,000 right out of my pocket, our pocket, the business's pocket. So, I mean, you gotta have an emergency fund. You gotta charge. You give yourself a raise, charge more. I've been finding in my area, granted it's pretty, in Oakland County in Michigan, it's up there really. I mean, the business is booming. You can charge you can get your rate, whatever your rate is, you can get it for sure. And I will be I'll be raising my rates again because, for one, being in business is expensive. I'm bringing more to the table, and I just still want to weed out. I gotta fire one customer who keeps bothering me about my pricing for staining something I quoted last year, but I was too busy. So I told her I'd have to re-quote the job, and it's gonna be a lot more. I don't think she wants to hear it though. So anyways, that's besides the point. You need to know your numbers. You need to charge accordingly, and obviously just add money. Just if your job is going to cost you if you think a great price for this job is $500, you can make some money, the customer should be happy, just add 10%. You just put in owner's profit, call what you will, add at least 10% in case if you're taking credit cards, add 10% in case they pay with the credit card or whatever. If they don't pay with the credit card, that's just either money in your bank, or you can give a small cash discount or whatever it is. But absolutely just add 10%, add 15%, just because things like this back there, the trailer, granted it's a trailer I'll never get, obviously I needed it, and there's no, it's my tool trailer, so it's invaluable to this business. Absolutely. I had a bunch of tools stacked in the truck to get them to one job site for a couple helpers working on a job, and it just, I don't want to do business like that. It's absolutely imperative I keep this thing up and running. So I have to charge accordingly, so that way I have a fund to pay for stuff like this. And there was a time when I didn't, or if there was a time where those repairs would have to go, those parts had to go on a credit card because I was mismanaging my, you know, estimates and funds, and I didn't have it. So everybody goes through learning experiences. Absolutely charge what you need to stay in business, and not just stay in business, but thrive. Like, you want to grow. You don't want to be doing this forever. So save up. Look into passive income. Look in the channel Mills Construction. Obviously, just did a video of rental properties and some house flipping. It's absolutely what my goal is passive income, which obviously this YouTube channel helps out. Again, shout out to all my Patreon supporters. I appreciate it, and everybody who's watching this video. It does help. Like and subscribe. It always helps. It absolutely always helps. So again, I'm gonna say this one more time: raise your prices, charge more. You're worth it. And don't be afraid to not get a job, because there's a lot of cheap customers out there. And don't lower your prices, because it's not worth it. Something's gonna go wrong. It always does. And that may not be that one job, but it's gonna be a job, and it's either, if you don't have the funds or you didn't bid a job correctly, it's gonna hurt and it's gonna sting. It might sting to the point where you can't do it, or your reputation is gonna get a hit, bad reviews, etc., etc. It is absolutely not worth it. Raise your prices, put that extra 10-15% on your estimate just in case something happens. And don't negotiate with customers on price. Negotiate on the scope of work. So if a customer says $500 for mounting a TV with with low voltage outlet is too much, then you can offer them no low voltage outlet for less money, or a different mounting option, like say a tilt mount is going to be a little cheaper than say a full motion mount, etc., etc. Negotiate on the scope of work, not the price, and for the exact same amount of work. That's not how you want to do it. So like and subscribe if I've earned it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Appreciate